we're going to see how we can create this loop effect. This effect is pretty easy to do, so let's get started with the filming. This effect may look a little complicated, but it's actually pretty easy. So let's see what type of shots we need. The most important thing is the way that you film it, and then from then on it will be pretty easy to do. Place your tripod right in front of an object that you can hide behind. For me, it's the cupboard. I'm going to place my tripod right in front of it. The framing needs to be in a way where about half of the frame is filled with the object and the other half is filled with you. So have your framing right, put your camera on a tripod and set your camera to manual mode. That way we can avoid any light changes during filming. We're going to start the video by being behind that object. I'm going to slowly walk out from behind the cupboard and then just do some movement. That's all we need. The most important thing is that you keep your movement simple and then the rest will be rather easy. So once you're out of the cupboard, we're just going to cut the video right there. And now let's go into Filmora 11 and put it all together. Import your raw footage into the project and then put it onto your timeline. Grab your playhead and find the position where you are behind the door and you're about to move out. Make a cut right here and get rid of the first bit. Now look for the parts where you go back behind the cupboard and make a cut again. So I just split my video and over here I'm just coming out from behind the cupboard, looking around and then going back behind the cupboard. Let's increase the duration after we go behind the cupboard so that there's a pause before we come out. Once we have this, we're going to hold down Ctrl+C and then Ctrl+V to copy this section. Select the copy, go to time and hit reverse. Then we're going to place this right above our first video. It's really important that the start and the end of your videos have this empty shot. Now we're going to grab this duplicate and then double click, go to basic, transform and just flip it the other way so that we have the cupboard on this side. In the first video, this is what it looks like. Second video looks like this because we just flipped it. Now we need to see both of these videos right next to each other. So we're going to head over to File, Project Settings, and just double the width of our video. So unlock your aspect ratio. This is what it looks like locked. This is when it's unlocked. Type in 3840 and then we're going to hit OK. So this is going to double the width of our project. Now select this video, move it towards the right. Select the other video, move it towards the left. We just have this really long video of both our shots. Double click on each of the videos and add to the scale, so like 110. Do the same thing for the other one too. This way we can blend in the cupboard in both the scenes. Go to Mask and use a single line mask. Bring the mask over the second video and then we're going to increase the blur strength. We can zoom in into our preview panel so that we know exactly how much we need to work with this mask. Hit OK once you're finished, and now we should be getting something like this. When we play back the video, we would have both of us coming out from either side, looking around, and then going back behind the cupboard. But now we want to make it look as if we're coming out from one side, going into the cupboard, and then we're moving out from the other side. So we would have to freeze one of the frames while the other one is on normal speed. So on the left video, we're going to click and find out exactly when we go back in the cupboard. When you're fully behind the cupboard, we're going to select the video, go to time, freeze frame. This frame will be frozen for as long as we let it. Same thing goes for the top video, so when we are coming out from this side, we shouldn't be on this side. So right when we have an empty frame, we're going to select the video, go to time, freeze frame. Match the freeze frame with this part so that when this is frozen, the other one's normal, and the opposite is happening afterwards. Match the freeze frame below with the normal frame above. We can get rid of the extra bits. And now to make this effect look a little different, we can add a simple coloring to the other side so that we have one color on this side and another on the other side. In the new blue section, go to Filters and select the selective hue. Put it directly on the video that's on the other side. Double click the video, go to Effect. Use the Reset to None preset and then grab the eyedropper tool so we can select the green. We can just work with the hue and get a different hoodie. Export your video and then bring it back into the project. Now we're going to clear the timeline and bring in our base video. Go to File, Project Settings, and we're going to change the aspect ratio from what it is right now into standard. Hit OK. Before we scale to fit, we're going to take a look at exactly when we come out of the cupboard and when we go back behind it. So right over here, when I'm standing, I'm going to hit M on my keyboard, and then when I go back, I will hit M again. Do the same thing for the other side. When you're out and standing, hit M. When you go back in the video, hit M again. Now we can go to our first marker, double click, and before we create keyframes, just go to the transform section and scale in until you're filling the entire frame. Then go to animation, and right at the start, we're going to add a keyframe. On the marker, we're going to use position X to move the video all the way towards the left. Then go to your next marker, press 0. Then skip the middle marker and go to the other one, the marker in which we are on the other side, and this time move to the opposite direction. Once we're done with this, in the last marker, we're going to go back to 0. If you want the effects to last longer, you can just grab these keyframes and move them forward. The more space you have between keyframes, the longer they will last. So I will increase this keyframe until we are ready to move back behind the cupboard. Because both of the videos start at 0, it's going to have a loop. Now we can just finish off the effect with some color grading. I want to give this video a comedic effect, so I will go into New Blue Filters and use a film grain. Drag this right on top and match the duration. Then go to the LUT section and choose a filter that can give your video the right color grading. Drag it right on top and double click to change the opacity. I'm also going to add a film effect, so type in film and then we're going to drag our favorite right on top. I will add this silent film effect right on top, just to add to the comedic effect. So now I'm going to show up from here and then I will be on the other side. Double click and we can just work with the opacity. We can also double click on the video and go to the advanced settings for color. Over here we can just work with the sliders and make everything the way we want. Hit OK once you're finished, and now we're done with the effect. Now you can travel to different destinations using this loop. Let's work together and create the same style.